Hi guys, so I wanted to show you another wig today, and the reason why we're filming out here is because my bathroom is really dark right now for some reason, and you'll see why we're doing this because I'm about to show you a dark wig. So dark lighting, dark wig, not very good for photos. Anyways, this wig in particular is the Bobbi Boss in the model Gold, and it is color number 2, which is the darkest brown shade, but I'll tell you, darkest brown looks a lot like black to me. Nothing about this color is really saying brown to me, but you know what? This is an inexpensive wig, and it is a great way to try out styles and colors that you aren't normally into wearing. You want to experiment a little bit before investing in a more expensive wig. So I have never been really into bob haircuts because for all my life I've always had really short, thin hair, and so bobs were kind of the way to go. That's what I had as a little kid, and I really wasn't too interested in getting one in a wig. But I wanted to try it out, so I looked online for an inexpensive wig to try out a bob on. And I came across Bobbi Boss's wigs, and I went onto eBay and I found a distributor that had quite a few in the style that I liked, and it was really inexpensive. I think I got this between $20 and $30, and that is extremely inexpensive for a wig when most of my regular day-to-day wear wigs are between like $200 and $300. This is a great way to try out styles getting an inexpensive wig. Now, on that note, I would not recommend buying like a costume wig. You need to be careful when you're looking at inexpensive wigs on sites like eBay, for example, because they're just loaded down with costume wigs and wigs for like cosplay and stuff like that. Those aren't the kind of wigs you want to try, a new look on, because for one, they look like a costume wig, and you don't want to look like, you're on your way to a party. You want to try out a look that looks natural and good. So I'm going to show you that even though this is an inexpensive wig, cap construction is actually really good. We have the open wefting in the back, which I'm a big fan of. You get really good airflow back there. It's just a simple machined top, but it's not cheap in any way. We got our ear tabs. I mean, if I held this next to one of my Noriko wigs, really not too much of a difference in cap construction. I will point out that these, the little kind of bra strap adjustments, they have the little hooks that hook in here, and the only problem I did have while wearing this the last time was that these little hooks, one popped and came undone while I was wearing it, which was really a little embarrassing. Nobody noticed, of course, but I just had to like tuck it back up into the cap until I could adjust it later and put it back in there. It might have been my fault. I might not have had it hooked very well, but like in my Envy wigs, they don't have hooks at all. They just have a stretchy material that kind of holds that adjustment. So that was the only con, really. The hair is really pretty. It's got a real natural movement to it. The only thing about it is it's kind of shiny, which, my other wigs are shiny. So I don't know how well this hair holds up because I don't wear this hardly at all. I've worn it maybe one whole day other than today. I just thought I would show it to you because it's a really good example of something that you would look for in a inexpensive style so that you can see if you like it or not before you invest in a one of the more expensive brands, like a dark bob. And that's a really good tip for beginners when they're searching for their signature look they're going to stick with, or maybe, just something that they want to wear more often. Because a lot of the wig sites, you'll see that they offer, free returns. Well, they're not actually free returns a lot of the time. In the small print, you'll find that there are restocking fees, and if you buy from other sites and like eBay, they won't let you return them at all. So a wig purchase can be a big mistake when you pay, you know, $200 or $300 for a wig that looks horrible on you, the color's all wrong, and, you know, there's a list of other things that might not be quite right with a wig, but is not a returnable reason. So that is why if I was going to try something really drastically different, I would try it looking for a brand, a reputable brand like Bobbi Boss here that has some longer, shorter, you know, wavy styles. Something that, you know, is comparable to the look that you really want to aim for in a less expensive mistake. So I'm going to put this one on so you can see what we're doing. Now, I just think that Bobbi Boss had the cutest bob styles, so that's why I really dug into their brand. A lot of the, now I will tell you, let's see, really good fit. This cap fits wonderfully, really nice stretch in the back, and no, like, I'm going to say, there is a little permatease, a little bit. I can see it in front. There's some fuzziness here. Then permatease, as you may know, it gives you a little, the illusion of volume. I don't know if I like this up higher or lower. Definitely higher. Okay. So, this is the Bobbi Boss Gold number 2. Nice sleek look. Pretty sophisticated. You could totally wear this to a, you know, a professional work setting or going out. A little dressy for during the day, I would think, because I mean, look at the makeup I had to put on to pull this off. But there she is. Now, in the Bobbi Boss line is, you may have to look, the best websites that I look for to see an entire line is usually like wigs.com or Wilshire Wigs, and I don't know if either of them carry Bobbi Boss or not, but you may have to look into one of the sites, and sometimes that's not going to be under the list of brands that you might be looking in normally. It might be under the African American wigs. And so the thing about Bobbi Boss's brand is because their demographic is mostly African American, the colors are really limited. So they are not going to have lots of highlighted blondes. They're not going to have a lot of like the reds. They have a lot of the darker browns, the blacks, the kind of more coppery colored blondes, or else super ashy blondes, and they usually have a really long dark root. So if you're into the really long dark root, which I've seen some pale-faced women be able to pull off the long root with the blonde, and it looks okay. It's more flattering, I think, on a darker skinned person, but some people can pull it off. It's an edgier look on a, you know, on a fair-skinned person. So, with that being said, I see a lot of people who, if they're buying a Bobbi Boss or, you know, a free tress wig, they kind of stick to the darker browns that are almost one solid color, or, you know, they do sometimes have a 613, which is just an all-over blonde, but it's like really costumey blonde sometimes, and it looks not so natural. I might have to get one just to show you. There are ways of making them look more natural, but I would stick with darker colors personally in those lines, just because they look more real. Let's see, what else can I say? I really think this is a cute one. have many styles of bobs in the Bobbi Boss line. Like I said, I found this one on eBay, really inexpensive and well worth, you know, taking the chance on to see if a bob is right for you. So that was my experience with Bobbi Bob's cute bob called Gold. I hope you like it, and I hope you try it out if you think this might look good on you too.